want this to be my life every day. I'm at the beach, probably 6 minutes away from my house. And this is our normal spot. We come here often just to chill, hang out, put our feet in the water. Today, my husband and father are fishing back there. You can see him right here fishing. My daughter's hanging out over there with them. And I just want to talk about one reason, or several reasons, not just one, several reasons why I seek early retirement. So first and foremost, before I move on, I just want to say that there are crabs washing up on this beach now. He's dead, but still nice to see, I don't know, nature and all of its elements. Even if this part is death, nice to see. Okay, so why early retirement? Through all of my working years, I wasn't able to be around for my family in the ways that I really wanted to be. That meant, that meant helping out the elderly members in my family, being there for them as they aged, supporting them in the process, just making sure that they age gracefully and that I was there for them to support them along the way. Whether it's doctor's visits, whether it's emergency room visits, whether it's just caring for them, right? Throughout my working years, not being able to be there for the people that really need me, it's heartbreaking in and of itself, to not be free enough to be able to be there for the people who really need you the most, for the people that brought you up, for the people that were there for you when you were young. Like that's kind of a serious issue for me, and I just want to be there for the people who were there for me the most, right? And so as they continue to age, I want to be right there. Now, in terms of my kids, I wasn't able to be there for the plays, for the award ceremonies, and I'm still not. And I actually just took a leave from my part-time job because I'm noticing that I'm still not there for them at night, right? So I would go to this part-time job after working my full-time job, not stopping at home, but going straight, not stopping at home to see my kids after school, but just going straight from work to work. So I had to take a leave because my kids need to see me. I need to be there for them. They need to have a welcoming face. They need to have support as they get home from their day. They need to have that nutritious meal, because although I cook on the weekends and I have, food laid out for the week in terms of what they need to eat, they don't always eat in the ways that they need to eat because nobody's there chaperoning it, right? And so all of that is a problem. Me not seeing my kids until 9 o'clock at night is a problem. Me not being home for them when they get home and not even sometimes seeing me to the next day is a problem. All of that is a problem. I need to be around, and I feel the need to want to be around for the people who need me. And so as a result, I did take a leave of absence from my night job, and therefore I'll be home most days, close to the time that they get out of school. If I have a meeting, for work, then that's a different story. After work, if I have a, that sounds crazy. So I'm an educator, right? And so the school day ends, but sometimes there's a meeting after the school day ends. And so, that might be until 5 or 5:30, but it won't be 9 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So I won't be getting home that late anymore. So that is by far the first and foremost reason why I'm seeking early retirement. The second reason is because I'm trying to be on my own time these days. Now, from since high school, I've been working. I've been doing some type of after school activity. Of course, you go to school, then you have after school activities, whether it was cheerleading, color guard, this committee, that committee. I always kept myself busy. And I did that from ninth grade year all the way through 12th grade year. After that, jumped right into college. While in college, was still working. And that basically continued throughout my entire working life. While working, not only did I work, but went to school at night for a lot of my career. So worked, went to school, and obviously after school, you have schoolwork, you have studying, you have to make sure that all of that gets done. So I've been busy. When the pandemic came, then I realized what it was like to do something different and what it was like to slow down. But I think all of us realize that, right? But now it's time for me to do something about it. So not only realize that life can be different and that you don't have to consistently live your life on the go, but that you can slow down. And I don't think that I've ever slowed down. I've always been fast at everything that I've done. I had to do it quickly because time was always of the essence. I've always, I had a fear of dying before, not so much now since I've found God and since my faith is so strong in Him, but I was fearful. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. So as a result, I have to get it done today. Whatever it was, it didn't matter what it was, right? So whether it was getting that next degree, it had to be done today. Whether it was taking care of the house, it needed to be done today. Everything needed to be done today. And I lived my life like that, so fast, moving so fast. And that's not who I am anymore. And I'm trying to slow down, and I really want to live that slower life that so many people speak of. Man, these waves are really loud these days, right? They're really loud, coming in, crashing in. But listen, how many of us not trying to spend our days walking in the sand with bare feet, walking through the water, fishing like these guys in the back? Who of us are not trying to do that, right? We are. We're trying to live our lives in the ways that we want. I also seek early retirement because I want to know what it is like not to feel the stress of the next day, right? Some people call it the Sunday scaries. There is that stress of the next workday. And it's stress that comes with that because of the number of responsibilities that we have on us as we go into our days. And because let's just be honest, some people don't make it easy, right? As you go into work. And so not having the dread of all of the tasks, all of the to-do lists, all of if I'm meeting the performance measures, all of this, just the regular stress that comes with working. Am I living up to the expectations of my superiors? Am I doing a good job? Do people, not necessarily do they like me, but do they respect me well enough in order to work together successfully? There's so many things, and like we can go on and on and on. That particular document that's due, or just knowing that that day is going to be a late day because I have a meeting after work. It's a lot. And sometimes I have to calm myself down, take a deep breath, and say, listen, this is what the day is going to hold. I have to mentally prepare myself, and I have to walk into it with my head held high, even though the stress is looming, even though I have so much to get done, even though, I'm not really sure of how others perceive my performance. Like, all of that is stressful. All of that is stressful. And just trying to be your best self, like showing up as your best self each and every day is successful. It's stressful. Trying to just meet the expectations of others and live up to the expectations of yourself, and be kind while you're under a lot of stress. That that is hard. That is hard to do each and every day. And that's something that is to be dreaded, or something that I dread a lot. So even though I end up loving my days, they still bring so much stress. And I end up loving my days because of the kids that I work with, right? They're the ones who really bring you joy, whether it's the high fives or whether it's the success that they themselves see. That in the end is, I guess that's what it's all for. Is it makes it worth it, but then at the same time it's still stressful. So it's just like, two ends of the same stick. And it's stress. It's still stress. And that's another thing, like being an educator, being there for the kids, seeing the things that they go through. We take on their trauma. We take on their stress. We take on everything that they go through. Like, we as educators take that on. And it's stressful, right? So all of that is a lot. It's a lot. And before, I was putting so much emphasis on having a certain amount saved in order to be retired. But really, only thing I really think I need to do is to get rid of my mortgage. And if I didn't have a mortgage, I could work part-time. I could, work part-time, right? I wouldn't have to go into work each and every day, because the part-time job will be able to pay for my low expenses. And I think it would be enough for me to save and invest. But I think a part-time job would really get me through if I paid off my mortgage. Because after that, once you take my mortgage off of my expenses, then I barely have any expenses. I literally barely have any expenses once the mortgage is dropped from it. And so I was working so hard to get up to so much in my investments when the goal really should be to pay off my mortgage, because that's really the only bill that I have. And after I get rid of that, man, I, I don't see much more that I would need to do. So right now, that is the goal. The goal is to get rid of the mortgage. And I just moved to the house that I am in. It's just coming up on 2 years. So it still feels new, but coming up on 2 years. And so far, I have knocked 16 months off the mortgage. So, and instead of making it a 30-year mortgage, I made it like a 28 and some months mortgage so far, after being there not even 2 years. So the goal is to knock all 30 years off the mortgage, right? And that means just paying extra, paying extra, paying extra. So I've been playing with some mortgage calculators, and I don't have an exact amount that I need to be paying extra each month as of yet. I've been paying a minimum of $250 a month, but sometimes I pay $12.50 a month. It depends on if it's an extra pay month or not, because sometimes we get 3 pays in 1 month, and so it all just really depends. And so, with that being stated, that's the ultimate goal. And it ain't gonna take me 30 years, I'm telling you. It's gonna take me, I don't know, but I might come back with a video about that. I'll definitely come back with a video about that, because I've been wanting that for myself. And so to plan that out, to see how much money I would actually need to pay extra each month on my mortgage, and just to plan that out would be helpful for me. And I can share that with you since I'm already planning it out. Why not? And then maybe it'll help you pay off your mortgage early, right? So that's literally the only bill that I'm seeing that's kind of a weight. And we're going to get through it. We are going to get through it. And so with that being said, I am on the path, or I am in a fight, because I've been saying I'm in a fight, because it's literally a fight, and I'm fighting to get to that path. I'm sorry, I'm fighting to get to financial freedom. That's what the fight is, right? And so it's not a path anymore, it's a fight. And so we're fighting. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right? And I will definitely see you on the next video.